Good morning, student. This is Rajkumar Yadav, and we are going to start our new topic, new book, that is integration. You already learn about the differentiation derivatives in chapter 5 and application of derivative, that is in chapter 6. Now we are going to introduce the integration or integrals. What is this and what is this called? You can imagine that you know that if we are given a function, then we already find that what is the differentiation or derivative of that function at any particular point. So that was all about in chapter 5 and 6. We use that. Now the question arises, if we have a derivative, the situation is reversed. That time you have been given a function, and we have to find out the derivatives at a particular point. Now at a particular point, if we know the derivatives, then what will be the anti-derivatives? Means what will be the function at that point if we have been given a derivative. So one situation is this antiderivative, and also this integration ideas arises from finding the area of any bounded region. You know all the formula for areas like rectangles, squares, triangles, different type of triangles, etc. But if we are giving a figure which is not known to us, but we have to find out that area particular region like that, if we are given like that, and we have to find out that area. So if we have a simple part that is called, this is the length, you can say this is length and this is breadth. So length into breadth, that is called area. So if we integrate that, the integration means if we have a small part and we integrate that, we can find out all the area of this part. But in our childhood, there are some questions of having what is the area of these parts, the small square parts there. So we have counted them and find the areas. If you can remember that. But in the here we have not definite areas, because the part is not definitely square or rectangle. So we have to combine some parts to become one full square to get the area, but it is not definite, it is always indefinite that time. So that's why if we find the area without particular limits or without given particular bounding areas, then it will be indefinite. So there are two cases, first of all, already I have told you that first situation is if we have been given a derivative, then we have to find out the functions at that point, and other again for areas. So these two situations arises to get what is integration. So it is always integration or integrals is basically the anti-derivative, right? And the integrals is also the formula for getting any integration. That formulas are known as integrations, right? So I'm sending you some integration formula here. You have been also given in the book. In the left side there are derivatives, and in the right side there are integration. On page number, you can say on page number 290. This is the second book, but pages started from like that from chapter 7 on 290. So you can have the formula. I will send you all the formula for that. So let's start this integration. today's work is you have to find out the you have to learn all the formulas for integration. Like we always have like that, if we have x to the power n, and what is the integration of that, this is like that and this is like that, this is the length into breadth, you can say that. So we have been given the formula for that, n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. C is the integrating constant, right? Integrating constant, what is that? Means I already told you that some parts cannot be definite, the area cannot be definite, so it is indefinite part, so we can use that. It can be plus positive value or it can be negative values for that. So we always put by doing integration, always put integrating constant, right? Now you can see that if we differentiate this function, this one, whole this one, we can see that you know that n plus 1 will be there, and x to the power n plus 1 minus 1, and here n plus 1 is there already, and the constant term, the derivative of that is 0. So you already see that you got the answer x to the power n, means you are getting this x to the power n, integration of x to the power n in this, and the antiderivative. If we find the derivative of this, we got the same situation. So by this we can say that integration is just the antiderivative of derivatives, right? So I will send you some formulas, you can also see in the book. All the best for today. Thank you.